have accidentally sailed to an abandoned island in Spain. We're way out here in the Mediterranean Sea, exploring Majorca, and John has spotted these eerie-looking cliffs with traces of human life in the distance.
Oh, wow, John, we have to go up there. That's insane.
Totally intrigued. We're alone, we're off-grid, and the only ones here.
It's not going to be easy to get there, though. We're going to have to get the tender, tie it up to a mooring ball, and then swim to shore. Are you going to come up from there? Oh my gosh, bro.
We are absolutely blown away by what we find. But also, we have so many questions. Who lived here? What was their motive? And why did they leave this abandoned island? If you've just joined us, I'm Kristina, and I'm documenting our lives and adventures on board. And this is John, captain and part-time adventurer, part-time pilot. We recently had this amazing opportunity prop up to sail the very first Jeanneau Yachts 55 around the Western Med. So John has taken 2 months off work, and we've both moved on board to explore a completely new part of the world that we've never sailed before. To help us get the boat prepared, we invited Rowan. He's our boat broker from Australia.
Well, good to see you.
And we also invited a YouTube subscriber.
This will be like the craziest thing I've ever done.
Kelly, a complete stranger we met right here on the internet.
Oh my gosh, you're so cute.
In our last episode, we picked up the new boat from Barcelona. We dodged lightning storms as we sailed 16 hours to Majorca. We fell in love with the food here, uncovered Circumnavigating, an insane national park I hope you've added to your bucket list.
Oh my gosh.
And we anchored below one of the most expensive mansions in Spain.
But look, there's a tennis court on the left, a big infinity pool. That's the nicest home I've ever seen.
So this is where today's episode kicks off.
So show me love and I will show. Prove me wrong, this time you won't stop.
The guys are just snorkeling. We've thrown so much right in the water. Oh my God.
And then we're going off to find this abandoned island. But first, we're off to grab coffee in a nearby town.
Just moving over to Camp de Mar to have a look.
The bay is perfect for us to anchor close to shore. It's calm, and the beach town has a neat little cafe accessible by bridge.
What do you think, Cal? Pretty, huh?
It's a cute little town.
It's like old resorts
Yeah.
and palm trees. Just Rowan tying up the tender.
So what's the plan, guys?
Rose convinced us all to go for a run.
So off we went, with the morning air smelling like tempting, sweet Spanish pastries.
It was all for show.
We were just going to the bakery.
Oh my God.
Miss all something and get going.
And in typical girlfriend fashion, I didn't want anything,
Every time, remember winning.
but then changed my mind.
Do not feed the seagulls.
Yeah, bye.
Just want yours. It doesn't matter. Cheers, where are you going?
There they go. For real this time.
Okay, so let's just quickly get our bearings. This is Barcelona, where we picked up our boat, and this is Majorca, where we sailed to. We're now around about here, off of Camp de Mar, and this is the abandoned island. One of our favourite things to do when living on our boat is explore all the towns dotted along the coastline. Each one is different, and each has its own character and charm.
I have a stitch. They're well and truly gone now. See you guys. I'm pooped. But real quick, John and I have something that we want to share with you that we think you're going to love. We recently came across this self-cleaning water bottle by Lark, which is actually the sponsor of today's video. For us, living on a boat means that we don't always have access to fresh, clean drinking water. Can you smell the vinegar?
Yeah.
John put vinegar in the tanks to clean them.
And the last thing we want is to get sick. This water bottle is an absolute game changer for anyone who travels or lives on a boat. Essentially, it means you never have to buy bottled water again. On board, we just fill up our PureViz bottle with water from our tap. We turn on adventure mode, and at the push of a button, we have safe drinking water in just 60 seconds. It uses PureViz technology and ultraviolet light to eliminate up to 99% of biocontaminants, and every 2 hours, it does an automatic clean.
Check out the link in the description below, and thank you, Lark, for sponsoring this video.
Okay, back to the island. There's so many hills in these back streets.
Rose going to the turret on the top of the hill.
He's a machine.
Have a look.
Oh, whoa.
Cross-countrying his way to the turret, Ro would have been able to spot the desolate island we're soon to explore, but the truth is, we all don't even know the abandoned island exists yet. It's only when we sail past that we notice unusual signs of life, and at that point, make the snap decision to venture to shore. But right now, we have no idea what's in store for us. This just feels like any other day. Another opportunity to eradicate John's stash.
I think we should ask the people. Can you please explain what happened to your moustache? Because everyone watching is going to be wondering.
By the top bit.
Yeah.
Well, I was struggling with getting water in my nose of my mask when I was free diving. I thought it was just because I had a ginormous nose, but turns out it was just the moustache. And it worked. I got my new PB yesterday. It's good. Yeah.
I'm excited to see how little it can get. I feel like it's just gonna.
How useful it is. You can tell which way the wind's blowing. It's great when you're under sail.
Before we head off though, we're going to sneak into this unique restaurant, literally right on the water. It's called Illeta and it's accessible by bridge.
There's this boardwalk and it leads to the most cutest little restaurant. We're about to go walk down there and check it out. But we actually wanted to park the boat on the other, literally right on the other side of the restaurant and have dinner here. But I think we're going to head off. But come and have a look. Let's go check it out together.
Hello. Welcome to Majorca.
Thank you.
That's cool.
All the food goes in there. And they row it over in these little boats, and how cool is that?
So cool. The waiters allowed us to come in. Let's go and have a look. This is magic.
See our boat out there. What a spot, hey?
Expensive here.
It is a little bit.
Really?
Not too bad.
Salmon's €26. That's pretty expensive. I guess to save some money, we're going to be trying to
Not eating here.
And so we tended back to the boat, we had lunch on board, and we indulged in some pastries we'd purchased back at that bakery. Around the corner, we had wind, so we put out the sails and made our way along the coastline, thinking our next destination would be Palma, where Ro and the crew will be parting ways.
Ro leaves for Australia in a couple of days, so we'll be saying goodbye, and then that just leaves 3 of us.
But instead, on the way,
You can see the little rope ladder to get up the steps.
Oh wow, John, we have to go up there. That's insane.
Look at it, see this going all the way up?
Oh my
Oh,
god.
it's even around the side here. So this is as close as you can anchor. Is there any reason we can't anchor at 40 metres of water? Test out how much shade there is.
we came up with a better idea. Ro's going to stay on board,
All right,
Which is like,
all aboard. See you soon, Ro.
and we'll do tag team. John, Kel, and I will go first.
I'm a little excited and nervous by this.
thanks, Ro.
Okay, scared.
This is the best bit.
We are going to an abandoned island. Oh my god, I'm so excited. There would be no one even on there. No one would even know what we're doing there.
People come here diving, I saw on Google reviews. So it got 4.7 stars on Google.
But because the water is so deep around the island, we couldn't even anchor the tender.
You right, John?
Maybe I should stay in a bit part of the tender and keep off the rocks. Maybe you guys go. I'm just worried about it getting punctured.
There was a moment we were going to leave it here.
We can tie up to that.
Oh my god. Oh, we have to be so careful, guys.
I know. You reckon it'll be alright? It doesn't look too bad. It's only if a big boat goes past and there's like a...
A wake like this, John could foresee the future. You see, when we were in Greece years ago on a day charter, John and I were warned about ferries going past and the damage they could do if you got stuck against the rocks. This was way before we even knew how to sail, and that lesson all those years ago has stuck with us. John is moving the tender.
You're gonna do it?
Yeah, I'll swim.
You're gonna swim across?
Okay.
It's like 40 metres deep.
He's going to tie it up to this red buoy, then swim back to shore and climb up the rocks.
I'll give you my booties.
That's another lesson. Booties stretch. We recently found this out while John and I were stuck in shallow waters in the Bahamas on our way to dive an awesome blue hole.
I'm like a 11 or a 12. Kristina's like a 6, so...
I don't think that's going to work.
Yeah, we'll give it a go.
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah.
As Kel and I wait for John, we notice the smell, the wildlife, an enormous bird colony nesting on the rocks, and under our feet, tiny critters.
There are all these like little bugs. They really unusual. If anyone can tell us what they are. They look like little like
silverfish.
They do, yes, they do. They look like silverfish. We definitely don't want to take any of those back to the boat. John's swimming.
And as he climbed the rocks, we realised we dodged our first bullet.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, look at these waves.
That's what I was worried about leaving the tender here.
Meanwhile, back on the 55, we'd imagine Rose making the most of it, enjoying the sights, working on his tan, and putting the boat through its paces.
Yeah, Rose definitely just
Going your way.
into the abyss.
I feel like Ro has to do this.
Yeah, Rose has to.
Walking up decrepit stairs, winding around the rocks several stories up, we grip onto the rusty Y handrails, wondering where it'll all lead to.
Here we go.
Wow, this is cool. Look at all the salt.
Yeah.
Salt crystals.
It's dripping from up there and falling down.
Oh my gosh, look at this.
This is like a choose your own adventure. Like depending on which way the weather's coming from, you can either come up from that side or that side. Whew. Oh, this would be fun to cliff jump.
Oh my
Get to practice your new dive technique.
Quick backstory, when Kel and Ro were bonding off the back of the boat the other day, Kel asked Ro to teach her how to dive.
Okay.
When you're ready.
Okay. Oh, I'm so scared.
So keep in mind, Kel is an engineer, so she's probably just focusing on her form.
Anytime when you're ready.
It required full concentration.
Oh my
Get to
god.
practice your new dive technique.
Oh jeez.
Judges, leave your scores in the comments. So this island is called El Toro, and the only structure you can see for miles is its lighthouse.
Oh my goodness. Wow, it keeps going. We're only like halfway.
Back in 1926, lighthouse keepers had to maintain its beacon 365 days a year, even in rough seas, because without it, boaties wouldn't be able to establish their position or be warned about the perilous rocky coast. And that got us thinking,
Holy heck.
what would happen if the lighthouse keeper got stuck out here?
Do you reckon this is like the lighthouse keepers? This must be like where the lighthouse keeper used to live or something.
Do you reckon?
And like that's where he makes his tapas in,
Yeah,
in the oven.
Oh my gosh. Well, he might have like had his baths here. What?
I was so interested to explore that I didn't even realise the overhanging, crumbling cliffs above my head.
Yeah? Okay, well this is pretty cool.
I ended up tiptoeing my way in.
Whoa, what was that? I'm like scared to touch things.
Watch the rocks on your head.
Don't get bad spirits.
Oh, Kristina, that's really unstable. Just be careful.
When I got back to my laptop, I tried researching the island. Who lived here? What was it used for? And why has it been left abandoned? But there was nothing published, no clues, no answers. And I just had more questions.
Let's go.
Wait, get the oven too. Did you get the oven?
Yes.
Because I think that's crazy.
Look at this old winch, Kristina.
Oh,
Kristina?
you right, Kel?
It was all a little freaky, being the only ones here.
You right, Kel?
So we're all looking out for each other.
What in the world?
When we got to the lighthouse, the birds acted like they hadn't seen humans in a while.
Wow.
So that was totally the lighthouse keeper's house.
I reckon.
How much would you need to be paid to jump off of that?
Oh, I wouldn't do it. I
A
couldn't.
million?
Nah, couldn't do it.
Kel?
Couldn't do it if you paid me.
Yeah, no.
A million would be getting pretty close to me.
Are you serious? You jump off for $1 million?
I'd probably go.
There's no way.
But you'd survive.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, as long as you land properly.
But on the lower level, it was the fastest way off the island.
Who's next?
Oh my gosh.
Not me.
John retrieved the tender just as a wake was about to blast us.
Holy smokes. Oh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad we did leave the tender. That would have been all over Red Rover. Look at John. He's like surfing out there. Jeez.
This is so hard to control, hey?
Is it really?
I just want to hit the rocks.
Yeah. This path is correct. I got it. You can that was such a good idea, John.
That was good fun.
Really good idea.
Yeah. Have a
stuff like that.
Wow, look at this bad boy. Hey, James Bond!
This is the rendezvous after our mission.
We made it! No injuries.
No injuries.
Just one tiny close call. There'll be plenty of those in the weeks and months ahead while we live on board. So let's have a little chat on the bow, a little update as we sail to Palma, where Ro will be leaving us and flying out.
So we recently did a Q&A with you guys on Instagram, and you gave us some of your questions. So I thought this would be a really cool time to have a bit of a chat with you guys, give you a bit of an update, answer your questions. Do you miss living on land? So if you're new here, John's a pilot. He works 1 month and then he gets the next month off. So we pretty much are able to travel every second month. Definitely this Europe trip has been absolutely wild. Sometimes I do miss living in a house. Holy shit, what the heck is happening? But I wanted to point out, being on this boat is actually incredible. Like, there are so many places to sit and relax. It has, for example, an aircon on board, which we can run so easily off the generator. It also has, you know, the barbecue off the back deck. It has a dishwasher. How bougie can you get? TV comes out of the wall mount. Talk about 5-star, guys. So kind of this is a floating home.
We know some of you are really excited to see a full tour on board. John and I were going to wait until the end of the series, but we can totally change that. So let us know in the comments below if you want us to bring that tour forward, and we will. Also, we won't be at the Annapolis Boat Show this year, but the 55 will be. So go and find our friend Paul Fenn from Jeanneau, tell him we say hi, and he'll help organise a tour with Kelly on board. He's given Kelly a job at the show, so she'll be able to show you around on board, and might even fill you in on all the juicy goss. If you haven't purchased your tickets yet, here's a $5 discount code. And coming up next, we arrive to Palma and lay eyes on the most expensive sailboat in the world. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it.
That is crazy.
What are the chances that it's leaving at the same time that we're coming in too?